They never called me directly. My family has always lacked that kind of courage. Instead, the message came through the group chat, buried between a cousin's vacation photo and my brother's half-hearted reminder about Sunday dinner. We think you should step away. For now. 6 words, no explanation, no warning, just a clean cut to the throat. I remember staring at the screen, thumb hovering, heartbeat steady. Funny how betrayal sharpens the senses. Even the silence in my house felt like it was listening, waiting to see how I'd react. I didn't type anything back. People expect noise when they wound you. I've learned the most dangerous responses are the quiet ones. Back then, there was a time I thought family loyalty was armor. When my father first asked me to help expand the company, I treated it like an inheritance of trust. I poured years into it, building systems, raising capital, smoothing the rough edges of a legacy business that had more dust than direction. My brothers laughed when I said we could scale. My mother called me the dreamer. My father softened it with, "She'll learn." I learned, all right, just not the lesson they expected. The shift, it started subtly. Meetings happening without me. Capital reports I wasn't copied on. A few late-night whispers between my brothers that stopped when I walked in. But the giveaway was the accounting file mistakenly synced to my personal drive. The transactions weren't errors, they were siphons. Small amounts, but consistent. A slow leak disguised as family bookkeeping quirks. Then came the line item that changed everything. Reallocation of voting rights. My signature was on it, except I never signed it. I felt the sting, yes, but the sting didn't last long. Pain is temporary. Strategy? Strategy settles in deeper. The shift in me? I didn't confront them. I didn't ask why. Why gives them room to lie. Instead, I spent a few late nights with a lawyer who works quietly and bills aggressively. I reviewed every fund agreement, every clause I had insisted on when we first built the investment arm. They forgot I wrote the original structure. They forgot I still held the single largest capital contribution, $4.5 million. And they forgot what happens when you remove the keystone from a greedy man's arch. I didn't remind them. I didn't hint. I just filed the withdrawal request at 2:11 a.m. on a Tuesday, the hour when the world feels too tired to fight back. The collapse. By sunrise, the company's liquidity froze, their accounts locked, their operations halted, their investors calling non-stop. My phone buzzed until noon. Then the tone shifted, from confusion to panic to begging. Voicemails piled up, each more frantic than the last. I listened to none of them. You don't rush revenge, you let it breathe. The door. They showed up at my house at 7:23 p.m., all 3 of them. My brothers looked windburned, like the panic had scraped color off their faces. My father, he just looked old. Not wise, not humbled, just old. I opened the door slowly, just enough for them to feel like intruders. My older brother spoke first. He always does when he's scared. "Why did you pull the money? You're killing us." I studied his face the way he used to study balance sheets, looking for inconsistencies. "You erased me from my own company," I said, voice calm, steady. "I simply followed your advice." They exchanged glances, the kind conspirators share when the plan turns on them. My father stepped forward, lowering his voice. "We made a mistake." "No," I said, "you made a decision. A mistake implies you didn't mean it." The silence tightened like a noose. My younger brother tried to recover. "We can fix this if you come back." That's when I smiled. Not kindly. "I didn't freeze the company to destroy it," I said, "just to show you what it looks like without me." They waited, hopeful, desperate, foolish. "I'm not coming back," I finished. "But I am taking my shares with me, all of them." The realization hit them one by one, like slow-motion gunshots. Without my capital, without my rights, without my presence, there was no company. Not one worth saving anyway. My father reached out, maybe to plead, maybe to stop me. I closed the door before his hand could touch the frame. Aftermath. For a long moment I just stood there, listening to their voices fade down the walkway, thinning into the night. I didn't feel triumph, not exactly. What I felt was alignment, like the world had finally clicked into the position it should have always held. I gave them years, skill, loyalty, and they chose to take instead of ask. They thought I would cry, or beg, or collapse. Instead, I simply removed what was mine and let the void teach them the rest. If that's vengeance, so be it, but to me, it felt like justice finally taking its rightful shape.